Hello and welcome back. This is Danny, and we are reviewing the Vision, Goals, and Self-Evaluation Workbook together. We're in section chapter 2, which is now about self-awareness and self-assessment. So let me open up the pages here so that we can go through this together. So in this section, self-awareness and self-assessment, on the front of this page, it says, who you are is speaking so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. And I love that perspective that sometimes we have the idea of what we're putting out to the world, and then sometimes it is not in alignment with who we are or what we want to be in the world. And this is designed to help us understand that. So a couple of things, context to set us up here. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation with someone, and during the discussion, you got a very inconsistent sense about who they really are and how they are showing up in life? Have you ever wanted to pull them aside in a positive and loving way, give them feedback about how they're being perceived, and ask if that is what they truly intend? In these instances, we can be a mirror to our partner, spouse, family, friends, and coworkers. Question is then, can we also learn to be a mirror for ourselves? Could we actually hone our skills to become self-aware and conduct a self-assessment every year that would allow us to clearly articulate our personal mission statement and goals and the best me that I can be? This section is designed to encourage you to think about yourself in an objective way through a series of questions that allow you to gain insight about who you really are and who you want to be. This is not about judgment or criticism. Please, please, please hear this loudly and clearly. This is not about judgment or criticism. It is about owning who we really are and then making proactive choices to live the life we really want. It's about learning from our past, planning for our future, and living fully in the present moment. Take time to think about the following exercises and be really good to yourself. There are no right or wrong answers, only what is true for you. Life is a journey, and learning about ourselves in this journey can be incredibly rewarding. As a society, we've become very self-critical and competitive, and we tend to define ourselves by external standards. We invite you to accept yourself fully in the present moment and use this positive energy to bring out the best of your talents, your skills, your passions, and your gifts. That last statement again, we invite you to accept yourself fully in the present moment and use this positive energy to bring out the best of your talents, skills, passions, and gifts. So here's some exercises for you. Give you an overview, let you do the exercises, and we'll come back to this. So number one, I consider myself, basically, are you in style? Are you cutting edge with fashion and style? Are you average? Look about like everyone else, or would not stand out in a crowd, or outdated? I would stand out to the younger crowd as out of style and old fashioned. Now, based on where you are in life, there might be several different options there. And frankly, maybe you don't want to fit into the crowd. Maybe you do want to have your own unique look. Maybe you do want to fit into the crowd. Who knows? There's no right or wrong again, but just the purpose of this question is not to say there's a way you should or shouldn't be. It's to say, what are you? How are you showing up? And is that consistent with the way you want to be showing up? My perspective is that there's not really a right or wrong. There is, are you living in consistency and integrity to what you want your life to be? Okay. So this next question is, are you satisfied with the answers above? Yes or no. So either you are or you're not. And then the next question is, what are your plans to adjust and be more yourself? And so some people may say, you know what? I'm going to actually, I'm going to get out there a little bit. I'm going to start dressing a little more fun. I'm going to start smiling more. I'm going to actually get a new hairstyle. Whatever it is, right? Those things can be a fun way to give yourself some energy, some spunk, some style. Really, the goal is not that it's just about looks, but to recognize how do we show up in the world and what kind of an impact and an influence are we making in the world, okay? The next one is to rate your current view of your physical attributes on a scale of 1 to 10. I love scales. It's a continuum, which it's never really all the way left or all the way right. It's somewhere in the middle of that, right? For most people. And so 1 being the low and 10 being the high. just rate yourself in these areas. Okay. Number one, your weight. Are you where you want to be weight wise? Okay. Now, I'm not as young as I used to be. And so weight is a much more difficult thing. I'm one of those kids that grew up and I never really had an issue with weight. I could eat and do whatever I wanted and never gain an ounce of weight until you get a certain age. And then it's not so easy anymore. Right. So all of our bodies are different. There is no right or wrong. It's whatever's right for you. But just want you to take a clear assessment about that and what your desired weight is. What is your hairstyle? Is it what you want? Do you want to change it? Do you want something different, something new? Maybe you change on a regular basis. I love going to the hairstylist, and every time I go in there, the lady's hair is there. It's green and it's yellow, platinum, whatever it might be. Hey, that's great. Signs of aging, professional look, smile, teeth, fingernails, piercings, facial hair, perfume, colognes, muscle size, muscle tonality, health condition, fat levels, cholesterol, vitality, eating habits, exercise habits, sleeping habits. The goal of this is not a conclusive list. This is not some magic list that this is going to be the magic thing that solves all your problems in life. We're not suggesting any of that. This is just an exercise to say what things are important to me. How would I rate myself in those areas? And then how can I improve those areas? So there's space at the bottom. If you want to add more, great, add those. That's completely appropriate here. The next one is, what are you willing to do in each area to ensure that you reach your desired goals for yourself? This is about making a personal commitment. I want to lose weight, therefore I'm going to do X. I want to be healthier and have lower cholesterol, therefore I'm going to do Y. I want to actually start running on a regular basis. I want to join a gym and be into fitness. I want to start drinking more water every day. Whatever it is that's on your list, this is an opportunity for you to write these down and start to put these into your daily affirmations and activities. Now, down at the bottom, let's take another example here. Describe your view of yourself in the following areas. Again, 1 being completely not true and 10 being absolutely true. So number 1, I'm a good leader. 1 to 10. How do you feel about that? Now, you may want to be a good leader. You may not care about being a good leader. So we're not suggesting that 10 is better than 1. We're just suggesting that 10 is absolutely true and 1 is not true at all. And if that makes you happy, wonderful. There is no right or wrong here. Okay. We're not saying you have to be a leader. There's a lot of people that don't need to be leaders. Okay. There's a lot of people who probably are better followers than leaders, and that's okay. The second one is a good follower. Are you a good follower? I take charge of situations. I handle things given to me promptly and efficiently. I'm a good listener. I'm a good talker. I'm a fun person to be around. I'm a humorous person. Again, some of those may or may not be true for you. I'm an interesting person to be around. Are you or are you not? Are you cool? Every so often people will be like, oh, that person is so cool. Maybe that's important to you. Maybe it's not. Professional, an encourager, an optimist, a pessimist, a good time manager, a good money manager, a good spouse or partner, a good mother or father, a good son or daughter, a good brother or sister. Creative. Are you creative? Are you innovative? Are you edgy? Are you a self-starter? Are you independent? Are you sarcastic? Are you self-critical? Are you intelligent? Are you honest and fair? Are you straightforward? Are you considerate? Are you compassionate? Are you bold? Are you brassy? Are you innocent? All of these are words, again, to help you get clarity about who you are. You've probably all been to the eye doctor and you put that, you get in front of that thing and then they go, is A better or B better? Is A better or B better? And they keep trying to find out exactly what is perfect so that you have that clear vision. That's what we're talking about here. Little incremental adjustments until we get super clear about what the clarity is we want for ourselves and our life. So again, take this opportunity, rate yourself, non-judgment, just understanding, and then making a decision about what is important to you. And the last few here, I'm reserved, I'm outgoing, I like to be with the in crowd, or I always root for the underdog. Okay. Underneath there, based on this awareness, write a personal bio describing yourself to the world. Now, what's so powerful is do the previous exercise, and it's gives you so much insight. And again, these are not magic words. These are not the only words. We're not saying that this is the only thing is important. Please add anything to this that serves you, that's important to you, that might be part of your authenticity. And then go to that next statement, and that is, write a bio describing yourself to the world. I am a person who cares about people. I am a person with positive energy. I am a person who cares for the underdog. And I always want to help make the world a better place. Whatever it is that's important to you, take those and start to develop those kind of statements. And you're going to continue to iteratively grow that. You're going to redo these. This is not like you're going to get it right the first time. This is something for you to scribble through and rewrite and scribble through and rewrite. That's why we have a workbook there for you to be able to do that. Okay, so the next section we're going to invite you to consider is how true are the following statements for you? So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is being not true and 10 being absolutely true. Okay, so these are just perspectives to get you to think about. Number 1, security with an average lifestyle is more important to me than taking risk to achieve an above average lifestyle. Maybe that's true for you. Maybe that's not true for you. The second one, I am comfortable stepping out of my comfort zone to achieve an exceptional lifestyle for myself and my family. Some of you are super motivated. Again, I teach the DISC assessment, which is, the driver, the influencer, the stability, and the conscientious. And the drivers, the Ds, are the action people, and they're typically risk takers and making things happen, and they're CEOs of company and entrepreneurs, those types of things. Wonderful. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's not you. Okay. Again, no right or wrong. More of the S personality in DISC is more of that security person. They're more security conscious, stability, traditions, those types of things. So this is to help you gain some insight about who you are. The next one is taking action and making things happen is very important to me. Is that true or is that not true? Do you want that to be more true? I am highly intelligent and focus on accuracy and proven methods. So in the DISC profile, that would fall in that C category, that conscientious, the more theoretical, the analytical, highly intelligent people. And the next one is I love people and value relationships as most important in my life. And this is the I, the influencer. These are your people. And so these are some things that you might relate to. The next one is I'm prejudiced against others. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. And if you are, maybe you're okay with that. Maybe you're not okay with that. Maybe you want to change that. I allow others to be prejudiced in my presence. One of the greatest life lessons I ever saw happen was a very dear friend of mine. We were having dinner at my house and a group of people were there, and someone was being very prejudiced against somebody else in the group. And this person was very clear to call them on it in a very nice and loving way. And it was so impactful for me. So if that's important to you, put it down. If it's not important to you, that's okay too. And the last one is I'm interested in the freedom of others as well as my own. And I'm willing to take risk to help them have it. We live in a world today that sometimes people, there's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of things happening in our world. People get treated unfairly. And so the question is, are you a freedom person? Do you believe that everybody's created equally? Do you believe that everybody should have the same rights? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. This is an opportunity for you to determine that. And again, not what somebody else told you to believe, not what the news tells us or political world tells us, or any of those things. What do you believe? What do you believe about life? Do you believe that you are equal with every other person on the planet? Do you think you're better? Do you think you're superior? If you do, then own that. Okay. If you don't, if you believe in freedom, you believe in equality, you believe in helping other people, own that and give you the opportunity to determine how you make decisions in your life and how you make choices in your life. But my encouragement is if you're going to be a certain way, own it. Okay. And be responsible for it. And not that I like all of that. I'm not suggesting any of these things are my opinions or my views. But the point is we want you to be in consistent agreement with who you are. And from that, hopefully we all bring out our best selves. Now, I am a big believer in positivity. I'm a believer in your best self. I believe that we should all treat each other equally and fairly and bring out the best in each other. But again, that is for you to figure out where you show up in the world, how you operate, and how you make decisions about the people, yourself and the people around you. What personality profiles have you engaged in or received training from? So again, I mentioned the DISC assessment. We teach that in our coaching practice, and it is just so incredible and so valuable for people to understand what I call their operating system. So like Apple has an operating system, Android has a different operating system. So just like DISC personality profiles, you have an operating system and we follow those. So maybe you've done Myers-Briggs, maybe you've done colors or dolphins, or there's so many different ones out there, different ones that might be helpful for you. Again, the Strength Finder is another one that I really love. Those are all helpful for us to gain insights about who we are. And then bottom, what insights have you gained about yourself and others based on this personality profile? So learning who you are, how you operate, what is your operating system? How do you surround yourself with people that are similar to you and people that are different than you? And how does that affect how you actually live your life? And the last two things here, how confident are you in seeing yourself clearly and accurately, and your ability to identify and embrace your full self? Okay, just be true to yourself. Are you clear about who you are? Are you accurately assessing who you are? If you have a little evil streak in you, can you own that? Okay, are you okay with that? Do you want to do something about it? If you're one of these people that pours your heart out to help everybody around you, okay, great. Is that good? Do you need to have boundaries now and then along the way? These are all things that we just want to ask ourselves to fully embrace ourselves and live the life that we want. And the bottom one is there, in what ways can you improve your self-confidence and self-acceptance? So the ultimate goal of learning who we are, asking questions, and making sure that our actions are in alignment with our values and our character and our authenticity about who we are allows us to create a better self-confidence and a better self-acceptance. What happens is, if you're out of alignment with your values, if you're out of alignment with what's important to you in life, your authenticity, your integrity, if you're out of alignment, your self-confidence is also going to take a hit for that. Your self-acceptance is going to take a hit. Our systems know when we are out of alignment. And if you are acting in a way that is out of alignment with what is important to you, you're going to feel a little bit of self-loathing. You're going to feel a lot of negative self-talk. You're going to feel a lot of self-doubt, those kind of things. When you feel those things, this is not something, I mean, this is just, it's a sign, right? This is like a big red flag, or maybe even a yellow warning sign saying, hey, take notice, stop for a minute. What's happening here? Something is out of alignment, right? And a chance for us to kind of reevaluate what that is, get it into alignment. And when you're in alignment, your self-confidence will be high and your self-acceptance will be high. In my opinion, if you get down to it, every human being on the planet, at the end of the day, people chase money and greed and control and power. But honestly, the happiest people on the planet are people that have self-confidence and self-acceptance. And that's where I hope you give yourself the blessing and the benefit of learning who you are, accepting who you are, being in alignment with your values and your integrity. And that creates for you self-confidence and self-acceptance. And I hope that every day you live this life where you're like, I know who I am. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I'm proud of who I am. And I live in the fullness of who I am. That is where joy comes from. And I wish you joy. Okay. So let's pause, spend some time going through these questions, and then we'll go through and talk about those together. All right. We'll see you in a bit.